Good afternoon. Welcome back. Well, high-level talks between global leaders and the world's elite continue at the World Economic Forum in Davos in Switzerland. Our business editor, Xolani Mbanjwa, is there. Xolani, good afternoon to you. The forum starting on Monday hasn't been without some drama.
Good afternoon, Stephen. Yes, indeed, it has not been without drama, as we saw on Friday that there were protesters from around the countries that are surrounding Switzerland, Germany, Sweden and Denmark, and locals as well, who were protesting against the World Economic Forum, calling it the World Economic Failure, blaming it for some of the problems that we have today in the world. So it hasn't been without drama. There have been serious questions about what is the role really of the global elite meeting here when the world seems to be at a worse state than it has ever been. So it is something that is still there, although the security personnel here did clamp down hard on it. We haven't seen them since Friday, but it's been something that is quite important to note, that even the global leaders are aware of their shortcomings that the onlookers and other activists are actually talking about when it comes to the real achievements of this gathering.
What's been the major talking points today?
Well, Stephen, there has been a number of chats when it comes to the future of work and unemployment, but the big talking point really has been on climate change. It's not only when it comes to here in Switzerland. We've seen the glaciers actually melting. It's something that is a new phenomenon that has never been seen before. This time, in a couple of years ago, this time of the year in winter, I would be standing in a blizzard, in snow, but of course the sun is out, and that is part of the climate change, and there should be more snow here than there is this year. The global weather is becoming warmer and warmer, and it is very evident here in Switzerland, as you can see that there isn't as much snow as there has been in the past couple of years. But the head of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, held a briefing where he was answering some of these questions, and this is what he had to say earlier on when he was addressing the issue of climate change.
We are flirting with climate disaster. Every week brings a new climate horror story. Greenhouse gas emissions are at record levels and growing. The commitment to limit global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees is nearly going up in smoke. Without further action, we are headed to a 2.8 degree increase. Now, the truth is that more and more businesses are making net zero commitments, but benchmarks and criteria are often dubious or murky. And this can mislead consumers, investors and regulators with false narratives. And it feeds a culture of climate misinformation and confusion, and leaves the door open to greenwashing.
And Xolani, the Ukrainian president will be addressing the forum later today.
What we can expect today, obviously, we have the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky. He is the main attraction later this afternoon, where he will be addressing this forum by way of video call, and everybody is waiting to hear from him. We have heard over the past 2 days the First Lady of the Ukraine holding a lot of engagements, talking about the challenges that are still there when it comes to the conflict between that country and Russia, and it doesn't seem to abate, and it's one of the many issues that are going to be addressed by the president himself later on this afternoon. But also tonight, it's day 3 of the World Economic Forum. We have what we call South Africa Night, where South Africa is really the big attraction, where we showcase as South Africa our cultural, economic and tourism attractions, including those that are in the aerospace and the technology space. And this is where a lot of South Africans, Jay Something among them, will be entertaining the delegates here, almost 3,000 delegates. So there has been a lot of work that has been done already by Team South Africa, but we're expecting that there should be more tonight on South Africa Night.
Xolani Mbanjwa, thank you very much indeed. Do appreciate that live update, of course, from Davos in Switzerland. Meanwhile,